What's up with it, y'all? It's Big Boss. We gonna talk about my favorite cologne brand houses, and I tried a lot of them. I narrowed down all the cologne houses I tried down to 5 of them. These are the ones that gets real close to the original scent, that don't charge an arm and leg. The fragrances is not expensive. I love the bottles. I love the shipping and handling, customer service. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So the first fragrance company I want to talk about is Yamalo. Okay, I'm talking about this brand right here is a beautiful, dope fragrance house, man. The only thing about them is that they probably make the most identical scents that's super close to the original fragrances, but I do have to say, like, their bottle designs is a little lackluster. I kind of wished maybe like you can tell the name of the fragrance a little bit easier, you know what I mean, instead of it just being a small clear label right here on the side of the bottle. But other than that, they do a real good job. The fragrances don't cost that much. You get a lot in the bottle. I think Yamalo is a great fragrance house. Let me know if y'all ever tried some. All right, the next fragrance house I want to talk about is the Dupe brand. Okay, I want to let y'all know that every fragrance house that I'm mentioning into this, and I just want to let y'all know that every fragrance house I mention in today's video is a fragrance house I really used in real life. The Dupe brand is actually like the biggest cologne house that I know of. They got hundreds of thousands of fragrances on their website. They got hybrids, they got some originals. They just a fragrance house. The only gripe I have about the Dupe brand is that all of their scents got the same kind of vibe to it. You know what I mean? It's like all Dupe brand fragrances smell like Dupe brand fragrances. It's so weird, and it is exactly how I say it. Like, it's something about all their fragrances that smell alike for some reason, and it might just be like a little signature scent that they do, but I smell it, I notice it, and if I was doing like a blind smell test, I would be able to tell that a fragrance is a Dupe brand fragrance by just how it smells. I also am not a fan of the design of their bottles. I kind of think it's just kind of like childish. Just kind of look like generic posters that be in Walmart for a movie that I'm never gonna watch. I don't know, but they are the biggest cologne house in the United States. Another fragrance house that I really love is Hermain. Okay, especially their amber oud fragrances. Okay, I have every single amber oud that was made for the men. I love their bottle design. This actually was the first cologne brand I've ever got into. I had picked up the gold edition, fell in love with that, bought every bottle. I love the designs. They replicate the original fragrance to a T. You can always find the fragrance under $40. They keep coming out with new stuff. Hermain Amber Oud is like one of just like the solid brands when it comes to making clones. Super simple bottle design. They all kinda unique. They try to switch it up a little bit. See the different colors, you know what I mean? I like them. Have you tried Hermain Amber Oud? Let me know in the comments. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about Lattafa. Now, Lattafa Parfums is a Middle Eastern fragrance brand. I can honestly say they are the most popular designer brand that make clones in the whole entire world. Okay, you see their bottles everywhere from like dudes that's on TikTok. You might see their fragrances if you just look up perfumes on Amazon. You see us YouTubers talking about it. Lattafa is everywhere. They might not make the fragrance 100% a clone, like, you know what I mean? They never ever really get it super close to the original scent, you know what I mean? But they try their best, you know what I mean? And for the price, $22, you know what I mean? $20, $22, you really can't get mad at Lattafa, okay? They get super close, and because they don't smell identical, it's a little original too. Like, Camera is a different take on Angel Share, but we like Camera over Angel Share because it's more sweeter, longer lasting. They toned down the woods and turned up the sweetness. We like this a lot. Lattafa is king. We all know that. We all know that. All right, the next fragrance house I want to talk about is Maison Hombre. I hope I pronounced that right, but yeah, this is the fragrance house that's trying to beat out Lattafa. Okay, like Lattafa, like #1, You know what I mean? But Mason though, Mason got almost just as many fragrances as Lattafa. Now Lattafa is blowing it out the water. Lattafa got thousands of fragrances, but I'm just starting to see Mason just drop release after release, and the price points is real close to Lattafa, like $20, $25. You really can't beat that, and they get super close to the original more than Lattafa get close to the original. So it's like, damn, we know that the Mason fragrances is gonna smell closer to the original and cost the same price as Lattafa, but a lot of people got brand loyalty over Lattafa, so Lattafa is still going to reign king for right now, you know what I mean? But I can see Mason making a good push to becoming number one. And you know I got an honorable mention. All right, honorable mention, a little cringy, but I'll have to say my fragrance brand, Christopher Lee, is a great honorable mention for fragrances that are trying to clone fragrances and do a high job. I understand that all my fragrances are the highest concentration of fragrances in the entire clone market, and that's just like my little niche, okay? I'm like, if I'm gonna make fragrances that resemble a lot of other fragrances out there, like how my sunny afternoon smell like Louis Vuitton, or like honey water smell like Xerjoff Naxos, Sun God smell like Xerjoff 40 knots. I think I made them fragrances really close to the original, 99%. And all my fragrances have the highest level of concentration of all fragrances in the entire market, to the point where I had to create a brand new perfume concentration name called Parfum Ultimate, which is when fragrances have 50% fragrance oil all the way up to 99% fragrance oil. I want Perfume Ultimate to be the level that bridges perfumes with oils. A lot of people was telling me I should just come out with an oil. A lot of people was telling me I should just come out with some fragrances. I met them in the middle. And now we have something that's stronger than the extracted parfums. Long-lasting fragrances, 99% close to the original. A fraction of these original prices. It's from the United States and it's black owned. I made it. You feel me? The boss is a no-brainer to at least try them out, okay? Now, all the fragrances on my website are not clones. Only some of them. And if you want to know which fragrances are clones, you just go into the description of the fragrance and see which fragrances that it's inspired by. But these are the clone houses I want to talk about. We talked about some Lattafas, some Yamalos, the Dupe brand, Mason. We talked about a few couple dudes, man, and even that Hermain. But I want y'all to tell me your favorite clone brands down below. I'm listening. I love you. Y'all take it easy. I'm Big Boss, and I'm out.